This system is not steady. It only appears that way. The Amazon would receive 20% less rain. This is not distant. Its consequences are now describable. Climate, water, and food systems are involved. Transport corridors slow. Regional markets shift. Not over centuries, but within years. Early changes are subtle, mid-stage shifts are structural, late outcomes are settled. The outcome is not in doubt. The Amazon is a biological machine that generates its own weather. A 20% decline is like removing a fifth of its fuel. The machine does not stop. It runs hotter and wears down. The story is in drying soil and quieted rivers. Lives adapted around water begin to change. Trees recycle moisture into flying rivers that carry more water than the Amazon River. Southern Peru and northern Bolivia especially depend on recycled rain. Clearing raises local temperatures and reduces rain during dry seasons. More heat, less rain, stronger drying feedback. Resilience erodes as droughts intensify and intervals shorten. With 20% less rainfall, streams, tributaries, and main channels fall. It is uneven. Small waterways run dry for months. The Negro and Solomois turn shallow. Rushing waters go quiet, slower, browner, carrying more sediment. Navigation channels become too shallow for barges. Fuel, building materials, food, and medicine stall. 2023 and 2024 already previewed this future. Delays become routine, isolating communities for weeks. Small towns and cities face scarcity and price rises. Outgoing acai, Brazil nuts, and fish decline. Dams that power cities and industry lose head and flow. Reduced generation triggers rolling blackouts or diesel fallback. Households conserve electricity. Shops ration stock. A fisher finds fewer flooded nurseries. A mother pays more for staples. Life continues. The tempo changes. Drier canopies shed leaves. Understories crisp. Kindling accumulates. Lightning and land clearing provide sparks. Fires spread farther and burn hotter than before. A year larger than Denmark burned, twice the prior decade's average. Smoke seeds clouds that rain less. Heat rises over bare soil. Intense downpours wash thin topsoil into rivers, leaving poorer ground. Less rain lowers rivers, stresses power, primes fire, and degrades soil. For those living by river clocks, the shift is immediate and physical. The first changes are subtle. The later ones are not. Flying rivers feed Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina. A 20% Amazon decline trims rains over these plains. Soy, corn, and wheat yields track moisture, not sentiment. Trees and soils hold on the order of 150 to 200 billion tons of carbon. Drought, dieback, and fire turn sinks into sources. Warming beyond about 2.3 degrees accelerates decline. Most of the forest has been losing resilience since the early 2000s. Edges with less rain and more activity weaken faster. Open, fire-tolerant woodlands slowly replace dense rainforest along frontiers. Less evapotranspiration means fewer afternoon rains, more heat, and longer dry spells. Environmental impacts propagate outward. Water, carbon, and biodiversity shift together. The world still functions, just differently. River ports handle less. Barges idle. Costs rise. Rain shortfalls push irrigation and feed expenses up. Small farms exit. Land consolidates. Rural decline fuels migration to Manaus and Belém. Soy and beef exports wobble, nudging feed prices abroad. Shoppers far away feel it in meat and dairy aisles. Shrinking floodplains reduce breeding grounds and catches. Protein costs rise in river towns as fish decline. Drier fields, costlier logistics, tighter power, and thinner catches feed directly into household budgets and global indexes. Hydropower dips while cooling demand spikes. Diesel and gas plants bridge gaps at higher cost and emissions. Bills rise. Outage risk grows during heat waves. Shrink-swell soils crack and undermine foundations. Short, violent rains overwhelm drains and wash out spans. Maintenance budgets swell, dredging and retrofits persist. Regions with tight finances juggle upgrades and immediate fixes. People live with less reliable power and harder travel. The system functions, but fragility is now a design parameter. Air feels hotter and dustier, rain's daily rhythm quiets. Prolonged smoke raises respiratory illness far from flames. Low water strains hygiene and increases waterborne disease. Crops fail more often. Fish become scarce. Malnutrition rises. Calendar, plants, and animals shift, eroding cultural identity and practice. Key species move or vanish. Fish, central to diet and story, disappear. Families depart for crowded cities or abroad, fracturing communities. Those with generators and purifiers cope. Others queue for water. Adaptation is real and costly. Inequality widens as exposure grows. Amazon shifts do not stay regional. Moisture changes alter South American harvests and world prices. CO2 rises from fires and dieback, warming the planet, drying the forest further. Near 2.3 degrees, decline accelerates nonlinearly. Environment, economy, infrastructure, and society reorder under new constraints. Over decades, vulnerable southern and eastern frontiers shift first. Large canopy trees decline. Smaller, fire-tolerant species expand. Specialists lose habitat. Local extinctions increase. Less carbon stored, less recycled moisture, less stability. Cities invest in water and power, agribusiness adapts, small communities absorb shocks. This is not fixed, it is a path made by choices. Deforestation weakens moisture recycling. Emissions raise heat and drought odds. Human-driven warming made the 2023 drought many times likelier. Halt deforestation, restore degraded lands, and keep warming below dangerous thresholds. Protecting primary forest keeps flying rivers flowing. Every fraction of a degree avoided adds resilience. Weaker trees invite more fire adds more carbon tightens the loop. What scenario should we explore next? Share your ideas below. You've been watching IfVerse, where imagination meets possibility. See you in our next reality.